Hi there, my name is Sun Shen. Today I'm going to talk about my data management assignment. First of all, let me introduce what will be covered in this presentation. The first chapter, there are totally 5 chapters in this presentation. The first one is Introduced to LendingClub, which is given a short explanation about what is LendingClub. Second chapter is Data Understanding, which is about understand the LendingClub's data. And the third chapter is about data pre-processing. This is about how I handle the data and the clean data. The fourth chapter is feature engineering. And the last one is hypothesis. My research object is LendingClub. The LendingClub is a 13 years old online peer-to-peer lending platform. Its headquarters located in San Francisco, California. They firstly launched their application via Facebook in 2006. After that, they began to expand their business throughout the US when they received 10 million in Series A funding round. After several years of development, the LendingClub has grown as the largest online peer-to-peer lending platform in the world. As you can see from the images, the company records a large amount of data, including the user's loan amount, loan cycle, installment, and so on. Analysis of this data help us understand the company's business and evaluate the current phase of analysis. The data in the table is the data recorded by the company. In order to better understand the data, I will label each data variable with the data type, which is convenient for us to understand. In the data pre-processing, we need to fill in the missing value. Take the applicant's occupation as an example. There are more than 10,000 missing values. I will redivide those missing values into other classes to ensure the truth of the data as much as possible. In the data pre-processing, there is another process called handling outliers. Since in the data analysis industry, the data pre-processing accounts for more than 70% of the total project time. The quality of the data directly determines the predictability and the generalization ability of the model. It involves many factors including accuracy, completeness, consistency, timeliness, credibility, and interpretability. And in the real-world data, the data we get may contain a large number of missing values, which may contain a lot of noise, or there may be outliers due to manual input errors, which is not conducive to the training of the algorithm model. The result of the data cleaning and the outliers processing is to process various data in a corresponding manner, and obtaining the standard, clean, continuous data and provided it for the data aesthetics, data mining. In the previous section, we discussed and identified some outliers in the data. In this section, we will take a specific approach to these outliers. In the feature engineering phase, feature engineering phase is the process of using domain knowledge of the data to create features that may make a machine learning algorithm work. And for my feature engineering process, I include 3 processes. The first one is feature generation. The second one is qualitative data and the quantitative data. And feature selections. The first one, feature generation, I'm using it for generate the features I wanted. And in the qualitative data and the quantitative data, which is for me, I'm using it as converting the data into the data I wanted. In the hypothesis phase, we have to come up with 5 hypotheses and using the data to see whether our hypothesis is true or not. My first hypothesis is a middle class income people have the highest bad loan rate. As you can see from the images, the middle class has the most bad loans comparing to other classes. And my second hypothesis is 36 months has more bad loans than 60 months. As you can see from the images, it also confirms my hypothesis. My third hypothesis is the number of bad loans is inversely proportional to the length of the employment. As you can see from the images, surprisingly, people over 10 years of service have the highest bad loan rate, while the lowest bad loan rate is 9 years of services, followed by 8 years of services and 7 years of services, and 6 years of services. Therefore, the number of bad loans and the length of the employment are not inversely proportional. My fourth hypothesis is the number of bad loans is related to whether the applicant has a realistic applicants with realistic are not prone to bad loan. As shown in the figure, applicants with real estate are having fewer bad loans comparing with people who are still paying mortgage or rent. And my fifth hypothesis is the loan verified by the source of income has fewer bad loans than the one whose income source haven't been verified. As shown in the figure, the verified loans have more bad loans than the not verified loans. And thank you for listening to my presentation for this data management assignment.